So this is just for the native release 1.1.3. So we've added the ability to add logs in this section. So you know, the pie chart's always been there. The due, overdue, not due, that's always been there. But what you'll see new, you'll see two new things. Now you'll see this little arrow, right? And that's how you're going to. So, for example, this is truck Bear 99, and he's due for this maintenance plan, and he's 113% overdue. This arrow is new, so this is how I would log maintenance. And then this button here is new. These are the tasks for this particular this item that's overdue for this plan. These are the tasks associated with that. So, and I can scroll through here, and you'll see those controls repeated. So I'm just gonna first I'll look at the task, see what's involved with this service interval. Okay, so this is just like on the web. You can see you know, the plan name, the asset, the odometer, engine hours, etc. And then here's all the tasks. So you just have a scrolling list of the tasks involved with this service interval. Okay, so I'm going to hit back. And then if I want to log maintenance for this guy, I'm just going to hit the arrow. Okay, so logging maintenance on the phone is a little different. We've created a three-step process. So the first step is to choose your asset. Since I'm coming from the maintenance status screen, I already selected the asset and the plan. So that stuff is already pre-selected. So you can see I'm on step 1. So then you just swipe. So I'm going to go to step 2. This is the service info. So I got the plan on the top. It's already pre-filled. I could enter the service odometer and the engine hours. It pre-fills to the current odometer and engine hours. The service date defaults to today, and you can, you know, you can either type in notes here, or of course use the speak to text talk feature on your phone. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to swipe again and go to step 3. Again, I can enter invoice number, work order number, information, parts and labor costs, the technician name, and finally, if I want to save this log, I can hit save. Okay, so that'll take us back to the status, and you'll notice Bear 99 is no longer overdue for anything, right? So he disappeared. So that's how you can log maintenance from the status screen and view the tasks and everything that's involved there. If I go back home, I can also attack this from the assets. So for example, I'll scroll down to my car. Okay, so I can see on the accordion here that I get 3 maintenance items that are overdue. So I could just select Dave Sequoia, and it takes me to the asset detail, but down here in the footer, you can see that I'm due for maintenance. So if I tap that guy, these are the 3 plans that I'm overdue for. So it's the same type of thing here. I can log the maintenance right from these 3 overdue plans by just tapping the arrow. And I go right back into add maintenance log mode. So I'm going to hit the back button on that. Okay, so that's how I would add maintenance for a particular asset from the asset detail. Or what I can do, what's new too that you'll see is this tab up here, service history. So now I can go, I'm already on Dave Sequoia, and now I'm looking at the asset history, I'm sorry, the service history for this vehicle. So these are all the logs, all the maintenance logs that have been applied to this vehicle. And you can see the date, the time, the schedule, the log odometer, the logged hours, etc., and the cost for each one of these maintenance logs. What's kind of nice too is each If you keep track of your costs with each log, you'll see that here, and then we add it up for you at the top. So the total cost of maintenance for my vehicle has been $2,200. If I need to edit a maintenance log, I can go in here and tap the arrow, and it takes me into edit mode as opposed to add maintenance log mode. So if I wanted to come here and I wanted to update this cost, maybe it wasn't 500, but it was, I don't know, 600. Save. Save log. Okay, so you can see we went up by $100 here. Okay, so let me go back to maintenance. Cost, of course, is a big, is an important factor for your fleet. So the other thing that we have is on the status screen, we've also added this footer down here for logs. So this is the logs, the maintenance logs for your entire fleet. So just like you saw it for a single asset, this list is for all the maintenance logs in your fleet. And of course, each one has a cost, and then we roll those up here for total cost of maintenance for your fleet so far, in this case, is $40,000. So I can do the same thing if I wanted to edit or delete any of these logs. I could just tap the arrow. And then what's kind of cool is from this view, you can filter right by the individual assets. So if I went back to Dave's Sequoia, I can see there's my $2,300 in total cost, and those are just the 4 or 5 maintenance logs that I have. Then I can bounce around. I can go to Arrow 2, Arrow 7, etc. Okay, so that was maintenance that was added to the native app. So when you go to assets, if you're looking for a particular asset, you can obviously just come in here and type. So if I was looking for Dave, and then I hit return. So I've got a couple in here. So typing is fun, but if you are highly sophisticated, you can also now hit this little barcode scanner. Okay, so 5C992-2 didn't work on the screen for some reason. I think it's because it's, whatever, it's on a TV and it's being recorded. But in this case, we don't have any assets that follow that number. But what's cool about this is, so customers, if they choose to, they could print off their own barcodes. And they could affix those to their assets. And for example, as a truck pulls up for maintenance, instead of coming through here and searching for the asset and finding it, you could just quickly take a photo scan of that asset as it pulls up, and it'll pull up that asset right away. When you go into locations, okay, and so for example, I'm going to pull up TeMeDa World Headquarters. This is the new feature. So in the past, when you went to locations, all you saw was the geofence, right? So now what we're displaying is the assets that are in that geofence, and then you have the nice little slider down here, and you can zoom in on the different assets. Go to their HQ. So they're a little hard to read on the phone, but you can use the slider to then focus on those guys, and you can tap the icon and go right into that asset. Okay, that's really, that was it for this release. Nice.